As we step into a brand new year, one question matters most. Are your finances ready for 2026? This January, don't just make resolutions, make financial decisions that work. Sunny FM presents Start Right 2026, a powerful financial growth seminar focused on cash flow, multiple streams of income, how to earn, keep, multiply, and sustain your money in 2026. Learn directly from Kwabena Obengdako and Yawa Hansen Kwao. If you want to stop struggling, invest wisely, and build long-lasting wealth. Start Right 2026 is on Saturday, 31st of January 2026 at the Dan Peters Memorial Hall, Sunny FM, Accra. Time is 9 a.m. prompt. It's only 600 Ghana cedis. To register, call 054 522 3324. That's 0545 223324.
It's gotta start right here. It's gotta start right.
As we step into a brand new year, one question matters most. Are your finances ready for 2026? This January, don't just make resolutions, make financial decisions that work. Sunny FM presents Start Right 2026, a powerful financial growth seminar focused on cash flow, multiple streams of income, how to earn, keep, multiply, and sustain your money in 2026. Learn directly from Kwabena Obengdako and Yawa Hansen Kwao. If you want to stop struggling, invest wisely, and build long-lasting wealth. Start Right 2026 is on Saturday, 31st of January 2026 at the Dan Peters Memorial Hall, Sunny FM, Accra. Time is 9 a.m. prompt. It's only 600 Ghana cedis. To register, call 054 522 3324. That's 0545 223324.
It's gotta start right here. It's gotta start right.
As we step into a brand new year, one question matters most. Are your finances ready for 2026? This January, don't.
It's the I Am Drive, and we are on with the Reset series. Yesterday, we had a blast with Reverend Azigiza, and if you're listening in, he mentioned mentoring a young man whose dream was to become an armed robber. Thankfully, this young man was right in the studio, seated right behind Ajimai. So we asked, can we have you in the studio? And his father and the Lord says, yes, he's going to come. I mean, when I came in this morning, he was already packed at our car park, and we're excited about having him in the studio, sharing his story with us, his reset story, his fresh start story to encourage someone out there this morning. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. You can also join the conversation as you watch us on our app, Sunny TV GH. I love the smile on Prince's face, Reverend Prince's face already. Maybe let's start with a smile. Tell me about the smile on your face right now.
Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
I think I'm reading some few things from my senior high school page.
Okay.
Somebody was listening in yesterday.
All right.
And she said, oh, she had my name.
Yes.
A friend of mine. She said she had my name. Was I the one they were talking about? And she said initially when she tuned in, she heard the man of God talking, and she was wondering, which man of God was this? Yeah. Then the man of God said, oh, he has a son by name Prince Buckman. So she was wondering which Buckman. But the very moment she heard, and he wanted to be an armed robber, then he said, oh, that's the Buckman I know.
She knew it was you.
Yeah. So she's now campaigning for my senior high school old mates to tune in and listen.
Well, I'm sure for some of them, they are going to be hearing the story for the second or third time. For some of us here at Sunny, it is the first time. Yeah. I mean, I was amazed to hear. It was the first time for me also to hear that someone's dream was to become an armed robber. But let's take you back to growing up as a child. How was family life for you growing up? Yeah?
I grew up with my dad and my stepmom.
Okay.
I never got to see my mom. I think my dad and my mom parted ways at age 4. So the firstborn of 7 from my dad's end, the firstborn of 3 from my mom's end. Okay. So I grew up in Mamobi, actually.
Mamobi.
Yeah. Mamobi, just around the corner. Then I did a top-up in Fadama. So you can just know that these are neighborhoods which are recognized for violence and criminal activities, supposedly. Okay. So growing up in this place, I came from a home which we used to go to church. Okay. But I went to church because my parents were going to church. Because I'll sneak my way out, go to the game center whilst they were in the senior or the older people side of church. Yeah. But we used to go Sunday, everything. And I think with my armed robbery desire, it started from.
Before he continues, you know what? You can join in the conversation as he shares the story. 0540-130-684. Remember to join us on Facebook or on YouTube, also on Sunny TV GH. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So my armed robbery desire started from, I think, I love movies.
Okay.
And especially the heist movies, the go robbery stuff. And it was nice to see those stuff. But then again, I felt like the armed robber had some power, some level of power with gun in his hand or something, and they could get everybody in the room to do their bid and call. So I just felt like this was, and in JHS, I remember a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you are smart. The way you can take someone's pen," and we used to. In JHS, we used to write our names on paper and keep it in the pen.
I remember. I did some.
So I could take your pen and I'll pull it out. You wouldn't even know. There were times I could take someone's pen, pencil, sharpener, something, just keep it on me. You would search and you wouldn't.
So was it that you were excited about the fact that you could take something from somebody without them noticing? What was the feeling for you doing this?
Oh, I was doing it for fun initially, but there was one time a friend of mine by name Nane Akufo, he said, "You are smart. This thing that you do, when you're a thief, nobody's going to catch you." Okay. And it was like that was the thing that kicked in, and I was like, "Oh, so when I grow up, I want to be an armed robber because I would never be caught."
So was this something you told your friend when he said this, or this was?
Oh, I told him.
And what did he say to? What was his response?
Oh, we were little, so we just laughed about it.
How old were you by this time?
I think I was 12. Yeah, I think so, 12.
So when you opened your mouth and said, "When I grow up, I want to be an armed robber," how did life continue after that confession from your mouth? Was he the only person you told? Did you tell other people?
Oh, no, there were other people. I used to tell my friends, when I grow up, become an armed robber. So fast forward, I completed junior high school, went to senior high school, and I realized that there were traits of it following me. It was like now I could still with ease. I was being recalcitrant, very stubborn everywhere. Went to senior high school, and in senior high school, actually, for those who know me, my nickname was Paboki. That is Buckman. But they added the pa.
Okay.
So Paboki. And if I tell you I was going to empty your trunk by the time you return from class, I'm not kidding. I will empty your trunk.
So you mean you would tell the people that
yes,
you do this?
I will tell you, I will warn you that by the time you come back, if you misbehave, by the time you come back from class, I will empty your trunk.
Misbehave in what way?
Maybe you disrespect me, or I tell you do something and you don't want to do. Even among my year group, the seniors, most people feared me because Paboki was some way.
Did your parents ever hear of your exploits?
I think it was later on in Form 3 that my dad got to know that I was being a problem in school.
So in emptying someone's trunk, this is something you would do by yourself, no help from anybody?
No help from anyone. I'll pick your trunk, drop it in the bush. And if you report to the senior house master, I'll cry and tell the senior house master, I didn't do it.
And they would believe?
They believed me. I had that baby face, so even looking at me, I had some kind of
because I'm looking hard in your face right now.
Yeah, so looking at me, you wouldn't even, I'll cry, say, I can't do this thing, I can't do it. So, it would just slide away like that.
So this continued to form through when your parents found out. Tell me how they found out.
I think there was this time there was a roll call at the dormitory, and interestingly, we had gone to town. Myself and my crew, we had gone to town
without permission.
Without exeat. So when we heard of the roll call, we rushed back to the dormitory, and we found out that everything was done. So the senior house master came, I think the following morning, and came out to call out the numbers, and we were not part. So they took us to the DC, and we were asked to go and bring our parents. Initially, my dad had been hearing that I was stubborn because I schooled in my dad's hometown.
Where was that?
Assume Senior High School.
Assume Senior High School.
Yes. So my dad had been hearing stories. My grandmother used to say, "Oh, I heard Kofi is smoking. He's with some wee guys. They come to town at any time. They are not in school and stuff like that." So my dad came in. I called my dad. Oh, they said the disciplinary committee wants to see our parents. And he asked, "What did you do?" I said, "Oh, me. They are saying that we were not on campus when roll call was conducted." Yes, they were saying. But we were around. He said, "So if you were around, how come you didn't get a number?" And I said, "Oh, we were I think it was in the evening. So we were in class studying." I said, what kind of story is that?
Yeah.
So he drove in all the way from Accra, came to the DC, we went through. And interestingly, at DC, there was this Greek teacher by name, we nicknamed him I Catch You. And we used to steal from the man's poultry farm, including the assistant headmaster.
Interesting. I was going to ask you that. Did you graduate from stealing from your friends and your classmates to your teachers? So you actually...
We stole from the assistant headmaster's poultry farm.
And you would cook?
Mr. Hotchery. We will cook. Oh, yeah, man, Hotchery.
Wow.
So, Mr. Hotchery... So, at the disciplinary committee, Akachu said, you yesterday, I saw you in my orchard. You were my compound. Mm-hmm. You were stealing. I called you and it was the truth. We stole from his farm. When we were leaving, unfortunately, one of us left something behind. So I came to pick it up. Then he came in because he was teaching at that time. And he said, "Hey, young man, stand." Hey, and that was his catchphrase. "I catch you. I catch you." And I didn't stand. I turned. He looked at me. I realized he had seen me, but I still didn't stand. I took off. So at DC, he said, "Yes, you were the young man who came into my compound yesterday to steal my chicken and oranges." And I said, "Me?" Said, "No, it's not me. I'm not the one. Maybe you have mistaken me for another person." And he said, "You are the one." And my dad had to shut me up at the DC. How can you even say that he's lying and he's mistaking you? I said, "No, I'm not the one." So after everything, fast forward, my dad left, came to Accra. We were asked to come and sleep. We didn't sleep at the dormitory that evening. Unfortunately for us, that very evening we had been to the DC. Another roll call was conducted.
So the chicken, I'm sorry, I haven't moved away from the chicken. You would cook, were you cooking the chicken to eat?
Yeah, we were cooking them to eat. We had rooms in town.
You had rooms?
Yes, please.
You had rented.
We had rented rooms in town.
Senior high school, you had rent. Where did you get the money from to rent the rooms?
Oh, I'm coming from a humble home, but we have money a little.
Little money.
And actually it was my father's hometown, so we had houses in town. So I would sneak in, take some boys, even though we had rooms that we had also rented in town.
And I wanted to ask, you said that it had been reported to your father that you were smoking weed and all that. Was that true?
It was very true.
That was also.
It was very true. I just didn't like smoking it, so I didn't do much of the smoking because it smelled on me. Anytime I smoked, it smelled.
So the specialty was the stealing. That one, nobody can see anything on you.
Yeah.
So another roll call.
Another roll call, and we were not there. And interestingly, it was a time for mock exam. The following morning, I think we still stayed even after we had heard that there was a roll call the previous night and we were not in. We stayed in town whilst I think it was a science paper that we were writing mock. I think our second or third mock, something like that. And they came in, they realized Buckman was not in school writing the exam. So quickly somebody phoned my dad. And he drove all the way from Accra to Assume again, which is like a 4 to 5 hours drive. And when I heard, I was in town when somebody came to tell me, "Hey, your father is in looking for you." And I said, "Oh, my dad can't come here. He was just here yesterday. What would he be coming here to do today too?"
Yeah.
He's a busy man. Then another person came in to inform me that, your dad is looking for you on campus. So I quickly rushed through the back door, came to campus, and instead of going to write the exam, I came to lie in the room. In my dormitory, I was 4 room 2. So,
Is it that you didn't care a hoot about your education, or what was it?
I just didn't care. It was just that thing. I felt like I was being disturbed. I want to be an armed robber. Let me just.
Why do you want to take me to school?
So he came in. I went to the dormitory. I was lying down. Then I heard somebody shout Prince. There are only 2 people who call me Prince in my life. That's my dad and my biological mom. Nobody else called me Prince. Anytime someone meets me, I introduce myself as Buckman.
Okay.
So when I heard Prince, I realized, no, this voice, this call, no, it's not from somebody on campus. So I came down and there was my dad. And it was an interesting scene. He commanded me to come down. I wasn't in uniform. I was in a mufti. I went to change, put on a school uniform. And when I came down, he asked me, why are you not writing exams? Your colleagues are in the exam hall writing. I said, oh, we are going to write. So before I realized, he slapped me. He was with my senior housemaster, actually. He slapped me, and so the next time he was going to throw his hand, I held his hand. And my dad was also born, and he grew up in Mamobi. Hey. So he's also a street guy. So he tried heading me. Then my senior housemaster came between us. So he pleaded on my behalf. My dad walked me to the exam hall and left me.
And so you hadn't studied for the exam?
No, I had not studied for the exam. But interestingly, I'm a little brilliant. So I did well in that paper too. So that was how the whole thing started. But even in senior high school, as for senior high school, everyone in my room, my dormitory, knew that I was going to be an armed robber, because it was something I used to say often, like on a daily basis. Yeah.
So how did things progress after senior high school? What was the turning point for you?
Okay, so I failed a couple of papers. I think I failed Inter-science. I had E in inter-science. Then I had E in general knowledge in arts. So I wanted to better those papers. But I heard NOVDEC, you needed a 3rd paper. Either in that you'll be marked down. So I chose social studies to add to it. And I knew these things, I would pass them. It was just because I was stubborn and I wasn't paying attention. So I came to Action Remedial School, did the NOVDEC. I got admission. I think during that time, 2009, I was in Alliance Française when I got admission. But the interesting thing about my admission was that everybody had received his or her admission letter. Mine wasn't forthcoming. So one day, just in the room, in the comfort of my room, I just said that, God, if you help me pass this exam, if you help me gain admission to University of Ghana, I'll be serious. I'll be serious with
I think
him.
you're going to say, I won't be an armed robber again.
No,
I'll be still there.
I'll be serious with him. Because I had been going to church, I'd been hearing the word of God, but I realized I wasn't serious. Even though I wasn't born again, I realized I wasn't serious with God. But the thing was that I was saying it to get admission.
Okay.
Because everyone was going.
So you actually thought you were tricking God?
That was it.
Hey,
I actually
Prince.
thought, I
could outsmart him. I have some messages here. Kwabna Nathan is watching, says, Pa Bucky. Good morning, Reverend Buckman, Nana Kofi Prince. Trudy Edith Ado says, Pa Bucky. Emily Ashan says, Pa Bucky. Emily Ashan says, baby face. No. Emily says, a swam to the whole world. Lolo Amevinya says, what did you do? And says, Pastor Prince was not the one. Please, I was not there, but I know. He was always not the one. House 4, room 2. A, Pastor Prince. So you tried to trick God.
Yeah. So I said, God, if you let me gain admission to University of Ghana, I'll be serious with you. So fast forward, I got admission, but I was going to University of Ghana with 3 objectives.
Share with
There
me.
were 3 things I was going to do. 1, get a first class.
Okay.
2, join the University of Ghana basketball team, because I was a basketball player at that time. Then 3, chase the girls. Interestingly,
Prince, you're a very interesting guy. I mean, you're sharing the list of 3, and very positive, because I thought you were going to share very negative ones. You start with these positive ones, and the last one, I did not see that coming. Chase the girls.
because we from home, We were told, oh, when you go to university, you should stop. You shouldn't be chasing girls in senior high school. Normally, those who came to the senior high school to encourage us and all of that. When you go to university, everything will be at your disposal. You are free. So I thought, oh, in University of Ghana, you see ladies at the second floor, third floor, shouting, hey, Paboki, Paboki,
chasing,
Paboki,
hey,
come. That kind of a thing. So, so
You are so funny. So that was what you envisaged was going to happen.
yes. So that was what I was thinking, that going to university, these are the three things: a first class, University of Ghana basketball team, then the
Catch
ladies.
The girls.
Then interestingly, I think I went in 2010, somewhere around September.
University of Ghana?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Then in October, there is this program that the University Christian Fellowship hosts, All Christians Week. And there's a 3-day crusade. That's a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams was the speaker for that year. So I had some roommates. I was in Evandi. I had 2 roommates from Adisa. There were a third one from St. Martin's. And God bless Blay wherever he is. Blay wasn't that vibrant Christian, but you could see that he was coming from a home that they were together. So there was that togetherness in the family. So he had, let's go to church, let's love God, kakra.
Okay.
But when it comes to, they all knew that when it comes to the hip hop and stuff, this is the guy, the go-to guy.
Okay.
Because I was an entertainment prefect in GHS, I was an assistant entertainment prefect in senior high school.
And if there was one in university, you would have taken that.
I would have
post as
taken that
well.
one too. Maybe in addition to the armed robbery. So, so Blay, and I remember Blay and Eric, his friend, were the ones who went for I think the first day crusade or something like that. So they invited me to join in on the second day. I was a little bit laid back about it. I didn't want to. But Blay kept pressing. So I said, okay, let me give it a shot. So I followed them. We went to the crusade. Let me come back. On the 6th of October, my birthday is actually 6th October. I got born again on the 9th of October. On the 6th of October, that day, 2010, that year, I realized there was something funny. At that time, I think Trickmatic had released Atanyu Moye. And I'm not so much a fan of gospel. So I love rap, hip-hop, and all that. But interestingly, I think I tuned in, I've forgotten whether it was YFM or so. And the songs that were being played, Trickmatic's Atanyu Moye was the first. Then the second was Scientific. Lord, I live my life. There's troubles every day. I can't find my way. And there were a sequence of gospel hip hop tunes that were playing that day. So it was, and there was a certain ecstasy within me. I was like, what is this? There was a certain joy around me. Not knowing it was actually an initiation into being saved. Wow. So on the 9th of October, whilst we were standing there, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams was done preaching. I actually don't remember the message he preached. But I heard him make the altar call, and he said, come forward if you want to give your life to Christ. You've heard this message. Come. And there was Blay on my right, Eric next to Blay. I was like, we were somewhere in the middle of the seat. And I heard a voice say, it's your time, go.
It's your time.
But interestingly, I heard another voice say that everybody is looking at you. I was very popular in Evandi because I was a basketball player. I used to play with Brazil and some other guys. So most of the guys knew me. And I was the only guy at that time over there with an Xperia 10. It was a phone my dad gave me. The Xperia was at that time, it was new with a QWERTY pad. So it was like the Nigerian guys got to be friends with me because of the Xperia. They couldn't understand. BlackBerry was an ace, but Xperia was on another level. So my dad couldn't get me a laptop at that time. So he said, okay, make do with the Xperia. I'll bring the laptop in later. So it was like I almost everyone there knew me. So there was this voice telling me, they are all looking at you. People know you, the basketball guy, the guy in Avirex, the guy who dresses your perfume. And look at you. I'll hop onto the shuttle, and when I pass people, when I alight, people ask me, which perfume do you use, please?
What perfume are you wearing?
It was that crazy. So this voice kept telling me, everybody is looking at you. They are all watching you. If you go, they will laugh at you. But this other voice was telling me, take the step. And I realized there was this contention, but the other voice, which I believe was the voice of the Holy Spirit, said, take the first step and I'll help you. Jenny, I can tell you, I don't know what happened. I just told Blay, can you please excuse me? And I took one step. I don't know how I got to the front. Because it was like the very moment I took that one step, I became blind to everything around. The next thing I realized, and interestingly, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams declared that there is one person here. You are the reason why I am here. If you are not coming, I'm not doing the altar call. And when I got there, I was even standing very far because there were a lot of people in front. He said, now we can make the altar call. Wow. Say this after me. Wow. And that was the turning point. Everything changed from that time. The desire to play basketball, it just waned. I just didn't know how. When my friends come in to call me, Charlie, let's go ball. So, Charlie, I have to go for prayer. So, wow. And I joined a church on campus, and I joined University Christian Fellowship. That was by gaffers. Things began to unfold. I began to love God. I began to love the fellowship of the brethren. I began to love the things of God.
We were praying on the Sabbath field.
We were praying on the
For some reason, I feel our paths may have crossed the University of Ghana. I don't know why, because the first time you walked, yesterday when I walked with Reverend Asigiza, I felt I'd seen you before. But anyway, I want to know how it felt like knowing that your Father in heaven would not let Archbishop proceed till you, the one he wanted, was there.
I think I didn't understand it at that time, but later on when I sat down to reflect on it, it was this song, He Knows My Name.
He knows my name. Yeah.
It's for like, why would God even be thinking about, like, who, Prince? This is somebody that everybody had written off. To be frank, my dad was disappointed. I remember at one time, out of anger, my dad said, you say you are a hopeless boy. Look at you, an aimless boy like you. Look at the way you are behaving. And you are supposed to be behaving like a dada, but you are moving with the riffraffs in the neighborhood. And look at how things are. And I was actually a disappointment. My dad gave me the name Problem Child. I don't know if you've watched that movie. No. There's this little boy, a foreign movie, an old movie, Problem Child. Everywhere that my dad gave me that name, Problem Child, because when I step out, there were times my dad had to lock me in the house. They locked me, took the keys to work, and I was in the house alone because they feared I'll go out and I'll go and cause mischief.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM. Let me get to some messages here. Yao Subri says, Sunny promised and has delivered. I think yesterday we told them we're going to bring you on, and we're glad. At a point, I wasn't sure if Prince was going to come. And so my way, I was like, Lord, is he going to come? And then I arrived, and he was packed right there. And I walked in, and I said, Prince, thank you so much for coming. Mommy is listening in, says, good morning, JJD. Prince Buckman, Sunny family, what a story. I knew girls were coming. Hey, Mommy, then I did not see it coming. Says, they are part of the armed robber starter pack. Hey, Mommy. Says, your story says a lot about the power of the media between Hollywood heist movies and the gospel music on radio. You were greatly affected. And this one, okay, that's a birthday dedication and some more messages on Facebook. So, Prince, you start praying, you're saying, no, I can't make time for what my friends are asking me to do. I want to go on the field, I want to do this, I want to do that. But what was the hardest part for you? Was there a part that was so hard for you in that moment of change, or that season of change, I should say?
I think the hardest part was my family not seeing that I was changed. You know, you come back home and there's still that tag, that label. The problem child is back home. And it's difficult, especially when your family is not receiving you. Every other person. I remember there was a time my little sister, the one directly after me, came when she joined me in University of Ghana. I think I was in level 300 by then. And I chanced on her around the Kwafu Hall. I was with a few people. I think by then the prayer secretary for Prayer Point Fellowship. We bumped into each other and she was like, "Hey, Kofi," and the way she was talking to me, it's a brother sister vibe. So they're bad boy, and she actually had to go somewhere, and there was this guy thing, and I was like, "Hey, Charlie, the guy better be careful." Then my sister was like, "Forgive my language." She said, "You chop other people's sister. You see somebody they come around me, they fear."
Why they fear?
Somebody they come around me, they fear.
Yeah.
So there was a lady friend of mine who said, "Hey, are you talking to
Your big brother like that.
your big brother like that?" They used to call me Prof Buckman. "Are you talking Prof Buckman like that?" They said, "Oh, go feed the." Then she tapped my head and said, "You don't respect to." So it's just like that, and that's actually been one of the most difficult things.
How did your family get to recognize the new you?
Oh, it's still difficult for a lot of them in the sense that they don't get it why some of them don't get it why somebody you've gone to university, you are done with school, instead of you say you want to go into ministry, Massa, we paid for you to go to school.
Yeah.
And come in. My mother would say, I was banking on you going to school, completing university, coming to work in the bank so that you come in. I don't know whether she wants me to come and uproot poverty from the family or something. But with my dad's side, they are more inclined towards education because so their problem is that it is school. You are too young for train all of that.
Talking about too young, so how old did you decide to get into ministry?
I think at 25.
By this time, you're done with the university.
Yeah.
But why the step to go into ministry? Because you're born again, you're changed. I mean, like parents were saying, you could go back to school, become the banker they wanted. Why ministry for you?
After when I got born again, there were some mistakes I did. I'll touch on that later. I realized I had a calling of God upon my life. Okay. When I realized I had a calling of God upon my life, God bless Reverend Azigza, wherever he is. I was very radical and very extreme. I was extreme to the point that I forfeited level 100. I think I forfeited 2 papers in social work just to go for missions. Wow. Yeah. End of SEM exam. I forfeited 2 papers to go for missions. If anybody is listening to me who is in school, there's one thing I learned from Reverend Azigza, because I realized that, and this is why I will encourage somebody to have a mentor or a father figure spiritually in the person's life to bring structure, because there is the tendency to move out of when do things behave disorderly. When you get born again, the fire is there. Yeah. But you need somebody to guide you to navigate your course. Even that there are a lot of things you will do, and you will feel any other voice that comes in, you will feel the person is trying to kill the fire.
It's the devil coming
and
in the way.
Yes, and I've seen it on countless occasions. In our year, I think when we were about leaving 2014, there were a couple of us, the guys there, who didn't graduate. Why? Because we all had some fire in ministry. We want to step out there and win the lost. We are going to win the lost every day and every time. But there is a time for ministry. There is a time for calling. For you as a student, your priority, the first on your list, is the school. That's what your parents are paying for. You were brought there. God uses that as an avenue to mold you. I believe there are places God will want to take someone that he wouldn't be able to take the person because of your nurturing, how you grew up. You had the opportunity to be in university. You left it and you said, I want to go and stay in Atria and be praying for 3 hours for the prophetic grace. And you want God to bring you before presidents. What are you going to give them? A lot of these presidents, for crying out loud, a lot of these presidents are not born again. They want people who bring something. You have something substantial to him. If we have somebody like a Daniel in the palace, they will listen to him.
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't only have the Spirit of God, but you are extolled in every form of the academia. So a measure of those two will make you a complete Christian. And that is what Reverend Azigza did to me. He emphasized a balanced Christian. A balanced Christian. And that is the key. Because I've realized in our time and age, a lot of people, a lot of young people don't want to be mentored. Oh, you hear, oh, he has seen his calling. Oh, God has called me and he wants to start. It's not a bad thing. If God is saying start church, start it. But even when you start the church, submit yourself to somebody.
Share with me 2 lessons you have gathered from being mentored by Reverend Azigza. 2 top lessons for you.
Diligence.
Okay.
He taught me to be diligent. You don't take anything for granted. Even the seemingly minutest meeting, you don't have to take it for granted. He's one of the reasons why I got here very early. Because Reverend Azigza doesn't joke with his time. Just yesterday, he taught about time in the evening during our Bible studies. He doesn't joke with his time. You are either 30 minutes or 1 hour early to a meeting. Be at the parking lot, wait for them, just inform them, let them know you are in, and wait for them to bring you in. That's 1, diligence. You have to be good at everything. Then 2, excellence.
Okay.
You can't settle for mediocrity. You don't just say, oh, you're being oh, God has called us. So as for God there, even if it's in the park, God is there. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered.
Yeah.
Put in that thing. Represent God well. Represent God. He is a God that sits, and in heaven, we will walk on gold. People shouldn't go and do galamsey. I believe you can't even do galamsey there. We walk.
Your dial is on Sunny 88.7 FM, and we are with Reverend Prince Buckman. He's taking us way back to his life as a young man, a dream of becoming an armed robber. Archbishop comes to University of Ghana, and he's the one the Lord is asking Archbishop to wait for, and he receives Jesus Christ. Right now, you're in Citizen Church, and what is it like for you in a place like that with the youth?
Oh, it's how would I say it? It's a growing curve. Day in there, you have to study. You have to, and in actual fact, I see myself as we are all young people. We are here to learn. So it's not a thing about, oh, you are the associate pastor, you have to. When you get the opportunity to teach, you teach. But afterwards, come and sit down. There is this other thing I've realized, a lot of young people don't want to sit. Once you get the platform, you are there, you feel like, oh, you should always be there. It's not like that.
Stage.
I believe in scriptures. One of the things that made or led to the undoing of David with regards to his relationship with Saul is after you've killed Goliath, and I'm saying this to every young minister like myself, after you've killed Goliath, be careful. The ladies or the women will sing.
Say that again.
After you've killed Goliath, be careful. The ladies or the women will sing, but do not carry trophies to your tent. Don't carry trophies to your tent. David took the sword of Goliath. David took the sword of Goliath, took his head and took it. David, you could have left it for any other person to. You don't need to carry it for them to see that it has already, the message had already gone across that you are the one who did it. Let the king take the glory. Let the army take the glory. It's just as simple as that.
That's a very wise nuggets you've shared this morning.
Because Jenny, it's serious. There are some testimonies. If you even go out to minister, when you return, don't say it on the pulpit when given that opportunity. You are an associate. Try to make your father look good. Even if God used you, but God used you through somebody.
Him.
So try to make the question that people asked when after David was done killing Goliath, this is Saul asking again that who is his father? Why? Because your father, when we get to know your father, we will know the results that you can produce.
Yeah.
When we get to know your father, we can know your roots. When we get to know your father, we can know your track record.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM. We're loving this time with Reverend Prince Buckman. This one says, from Christy, your mother. Your mother.
Wow.
Your biological mother.
Wow.
She's listening right now.
Wow.
What do you want to say to her, Prince? I don't think you thought she would be listening. Mama Christy, good morning. Prince, what do you want to say to mom and dad right now? You put them through a lot, but the Lord is doing much more through you now.
I want to say I love them, and I thank them for being patient with me. I thank them for. I believe there are a lot of parents, who wouldn't have been patient with their children. They would have left them to their own life. Their baby happy, bro. But they've been there. God bless them.
Wow. And I want to know, did you go back to try to rewrite the papers you didn't do? How's that gone back with education, or you're still trying to navigate that?
No, I didn't go back, but I rather went the other way through Bible school. Okay. So I did BCC in Word of Faith Bible Institute. I had the opportunity. I met Bishop Harrison Akwa Martin, who brought me into Cryo Bible College. I got ordained there. I went through the Bible school. Yeah.
So you're in full-time ministry now?
Yes, please.
Wow. This is Sunny 88.7 FM. And this one says Suzanne Lomo Tete of UPS University celebrating her birthday today, still from Christy, your mother, sending this message. Let me get onto Facebook. And your people are here, Prince. Okay, let me take it from here. I think Lolo was listing your top 3 objectives for University of Ghana. Ameku Catherine is also here. Kwabna says, locked in service. Our father, Reverend Azigaza, wasn't accepted when he came to Christ, same as the son, Buckman. You had that struggle also?
Sorry.
When you came into Christ, people were wondering, what are you doing in our circle?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, you could go into place and people wine. Like, I remember once there was something I posted. Was it a flyer of a program I was going to minister? And somebody came to write there. Look at him, criminal. Look at his head.
Look.
You have I already know my head. I already know the shape of my head, so it's not a problem. So yeah, people, you enter spaces and they feel like when you meet people, and I don't know if there was anyone who was born in the church. No. Or born on the altar. But there are people who are self-righteous and feel like you don't belong here. Especially in University of Ghana. I used to dance and rap way back in senior high school. Okay. So when I got born again, I wanted to I felt like, I'd serve the devil with this thing. Yeah. So why don't I come in here? And in University Christian Fellowship. And I wasn't on campus. They felt that the Oso people were those in ties, and they wear suit or jacket, and I like to do my tie and dye, African print, and when they see you in jeans, and people think that a man of God, you are not supposed to be wearing jeans trousers. Yeah.
How do you feel about the opportunity to serve the youth? It's ministry.
It's a great thing. It's an honor actually, because if you are serving the Lord, Exodus 23, 25, 26 says that he will bless your bread and he will bless your water. My father, Reverend Azigza, has done an extensive teaching on it, but I want to add this. God is never blessing a bread he has not given to you. So that means that if he's saying he's going to bless your bread and your water, that means that he's going to give you bread and water. I've enjoyed service in a sense that the car I drive was gifted to me. Somebody just walked into, I think a couple of years back, into my office because I was, myself, my cousin, we were having oversight of my uncle and auntie's school. So a man of God walked in and said, God said I should come and give this to you as a gift.
Wow. So, a few more messages here from Faith. Faith says, "God bless you, and may He continue to guide you in His Word for the rest of your life." Amwafo says, "Represent God well." Emily says, "Don't carry trophies to your tent." Miku is here, says, "Paboki." Emily says, "If you're a daughter or son of Reverend Azigiza, you are automatically a dancer." I wish you had sent us a few videos or shots of you dancing. But I want you to speak directly to parents who are dealing with the child that they would describe as a problem child for them. They're getting to a point where they are being tempted to say, no, maybe I should just give in the towel.
I would say do not throw in the towel. Keep praying. I believe, I think in Ezekiel 22 verse 30, he says that I sought for a man who will stand in the gap and make the hedge, but I found none. God is always looking for somebody who is standing in the gap to make the hedge so that distraction will not come upon another person. And as a parent, you are the first point of call, because your child, nobody is going to have that feeling like you. That child is yours. You have to make, just as you invest and pay every price for your child to go to school, make sure you are paying every price for your child to come to the saving knowledge of Christ.
Wow, this has been the Reset series with Prince. Messages is good morning. What Prince is saying is true. He was my classmate, also my roommate. I'm Godfred. I was then the dormitory prefect. In 60 seconds, Prince, what has been the greatest joy of turning your life over to God? The God you thought you could trick. And now you're serving Him fully.
I find joy in serving Him.
That's it.
That's just the greatest thing. I think at the latter part of last year, somewhere in November, I had heard the scripture on countless occasions, but I never paid attention to it. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart.
Amen.
And I would say that has been my story. Just delighting yourself in the Lord, finding joy in the things of God, finding joy in God, seeking God. And I've seen a lot of people, the things that people go around, they are chasing, they forcing, pushing people and everything, shoving people just to get. I've seen God brought them to me just like that, just by serving Him. Somebody moves up to you and say, "Oh, you see, anytime I see you, I just fall in love. Like, I just want to do more for God." And it's a joy just to hear somebody say, "I saw you and I just have that edge to do that. I can do more for God." It's just a joy.
Isaac says it's so good. Obed Ejiaman Kwazis says, "Sunny always brings the best." My time is fast spent. I'm going to have to wrap up with Reverend Prince Buckman. I want to say thank you to your parents for standing with you, your mom also. I mean, to know that she's listening in this morning, that is also so heartwarming. We thank God for your life, and we pray that He continues to use you to make great, massive impact through your ministry. As you were speaking about have you ever told Archbishop about this? Have you had the opportunity to?
I've not mentioned that.
I hope someone listening in close to Archbishop would tell him that many years ago he was in University of Ghana, and the Lord asked him to wait for a young man. That young man walked up to him, and that young man is saved, and it was on Sunny FM today. You know, sometimes we think people like Archbishop, they need encouragement as well to know they know the Lord used me many years ago. He's still doing so much through me, and I believe it will encourage the Archbishop today. So someone close to Archbishop